Yo, guys, what's happening? Can everyone hear me? Yeah, is everyone in the room? Can everyone hear me? I think you can. You like the music. Happy days. What's good, John Wilson? How you doing, brother? Yeah, family's in. What is happening? Yo, if you guys are feeling the music, go follow my guy, Ed Poster, on Instagram. His tracks are fire. His music is fine. He's got music like this for days. He's the brilliant producer. Fantastic. What's good, guys? Loud and clear. Wicked. What do you think of the quality? Quality of the stream? 1080p now. Much clearer. It's because I had to reset the cache on my Streamlabs and it just resets everything. So now we're back to normal. What's good? New guys, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. 9 out of 10 trades in green. Small wins. Happy days, bro. That's what we're looking for. Nice. Yes, Steve did sell his 89 cents worth of Bitcoin. He did. I don't like summer. Trust me, I do not like summer. That pollen is just rough. I'm spaced out on antihistamines today, man. So spaced out. So if I start talking about a different coin, you'll let me know. Lewis, J-Red, what's good? Nah, you can't blame Mike for this. It was my bad. Do some nasty things on that music. 10 out of 10, well done. Yeah, Mom's internet is pretty decent. So yeah, you turned 30 into 60 today. Happy days. That's a 50%. Wow, that's a 100% increase, man. Fair play. All right, then. What's his handle on Instagram? Wait there. His handle is, where's it at? Let me just get that up for you. Yeah, go support my guy. He's a fantastic artist, man. He does graffiti, does all sorts for social media, guys. He's fire. Let me just get it up. Here we go. This is his Instagram handle. So go reach out to my guy. I'm just gonna spam the chat with it. The guy who's made the music. You guys need anything in relation to YouTube artwork. This guy's working with some big YouTube artists, so there you go. Go reach out to my guy. Go support my guy as well. All right. Okay then. So all members, happy days. Welcome to the stream. What's going on, PC Shed? Mike Dutch. Long and short, what's going on? Premier Crypto, what's happening? We've got to have a conversation, guys. Am I hotting out? I need to know if my mic is too hot. The artist of my logo is my brother-in-law. He's the guy that did that. But the Forex Projections channel is coming out now. I'm going to be rolling that out very soon. And the artwork on there has been created by Ed Poster. So I'm going to do the shout out for my guy as well. But if you are new to the stream, guys, make sure you join the Projections channel. I didn't do a video today because I was just really caught up with the little one. And I didn't want to have any interruptions on that. So I just thought leave it as it is. But we need to have a conversation today. Okay? Very important conversation about the current price action. Yeah? Cool. Here we go. Let's flip the screens. Okay then. Right, today. More importantly, I was limited with the amount of updates I could do for the patrons today. All right. So I drew these ranges for the patrons and explained to them why we were going to expect price to come back into this zone. All right, so let me just get rid of these ranges right here, so it's easy for you to see. All right, now, previous vector candle, all right, price was in and around this zone today. All right, didn't really do much coming out of the the London session. All right, but then we had a break of the 40k mark, and then we had the break of the daily open. I missed being able to project this to the patrons, but I did send them a video highlighting that we would recover these vector candles. All right, so if knowledge serves me correctly, I may be able to pull that up. But the reason why I'm pulling this up is just so I can explain something and make it so that you guys understand the concept of projection. Whoa, adacharity.com. Who the hell is that? Are we getting raided? Oh my days. What is going on? Man, what is going on there? Silly spam bot. That is crazy. Well, let them do what they want, because I need to pull up this video. Hold on a second. All right then, here we go. Let me just pull up that image. Actually, forget that. I'm not going to do that. I'll do that another time. Okay, so basically, these were the zones that were moderators. What's going on with all these wild ass spam chats? You know what? I'm going to just put subscribers on. That's it. That's it. Okay, I'm going to do that right now. Sit tight. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Done. Subscribers only. That should resolve the issue. That was crazy, man. That was crazy stuff right there. All different people chatting about Ada Charity. That's the first time I've seen that shit, man. I thought I was losing my mind. I tried to keep up with what people were saying. Man, that was nuts. Okay then, cool. That was crazy, bro. How do you get a chatbot like that, man? Anyways, let's have a conversation, guys. Sorry about that. I know from now on, I'm going to make sure... Whoa. I nearly just dropped my... Man, guys, listen. I am spaced out on antihistamines. So please bear with me this evening. All right? It's going to be an interesting evening for me. I'll tell you that now. Okay. Right. Here's the conversation that we need to have. So today, we're highlighting that Bitcoin needed to recover. And you know what? It was going to happen. All right, because they kept on sucking out all the retail traders in this zone. Granted, a few of us did believe that this move to the upside was going to send Bitcoin higher, but because we didn't get the retrace that we wanted, we didn't have full information. All right, now from today's session, you can see that the UK session Brinks box sent price up, spiked the 800 EMA. Now, the 800 EMA was always going to be acting as resistance. And look what they've been doing ever since. Hit, spike, trap, stop, hunt, rise, drop. All right? They're getting all the positions below above the 40k mark because they anticipate that they're going to be able to send price back down again. All right? So they can get it cheaper. Now, if you recall back when Ethereum kept on hitting that 1800 zone. All right? That 1800 point was just a pain in the ass for Ethereum. It just kept on hitting it and pulling away. Kept coming back and pulling away. What they were doing there is they were probing the zone. They kept on probing that point, getting shorts filled at high price, and then sending price down, sending it back up again. And then when they came down to it, there was the final time which they had then accumulated enough longs on every move down. Okay? Because remember, when they're closing their shorts and building their longs at the same time, when they're pulling away from highs, all right? Every time they did that, this last time that they went through the 1800 mark, it went on to make massive ground. The same behavior is happening right now with Bitcoin at the 40k zone. Everyone is speculating that Bitcoin's going to completely drop, go down to 20K, down to 10. Who cares? Where are we right now? Right now, we're at 38. Excuse me. Right now, we're at 38K. All right, 38,689. That's all I'm interested in. Yeah? We've recovered the first vector candle here, and we've recovered the next vector. Now we've got ourselves a green candle, red candle formation. Yeah? We're waiting for, if you can see, a W formation to appear in and around this zone. Now, it is Wednesday. Now, the midweek reversal has happened, right? So they started off in the UK Brinks, spiked the high, and dropped. If you drop down to the 15-minute time frame, let me have a look here. Here you go. 15-minute time frame Brinks box play. Watch this. In the Asian session, stopping volume right there, red vector candle, comes back down, taps the daily open, all right, spikes the low, hits the Asian session low, and then comes back up, stopping volume candle right there, stop hunt rise towards the Brinks box, drop. All right, so this pretty much triggered the move to the downside, and the fact that it was above the 40K mark, but more importantly, it found resistance at the 800 EMA on the hourly. All right, so there was a lot of resistance in that zone. Look at what they were doing. Pinning the highs. Pin, 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 pin. They were absorbing the guys' liquidity who believed that this green candle here was going to send Bitcoin back up. All right, which is why you need to wait for the Brinks box. The Brinks box sets up the intention for the rest of the day. Look, stop hunt rise, drop. And they broke through the 40K, came back, and then they slowly just attacked it and continued to go lower. They tapped the daily open, came back up, and then they sent price back down. Look at how aggressively they moved away from the daily open. All right, you waited for the retrace back to the 50, not happening. Drop, drop, back up to the 50. I'm guessing this was when the news announcement came out. I wasn't able to pay attention at that point, but look at how it came back. Look what happened, unfortunately, to all the guys that traded the golden cross or the death cross. 200 EMA gets crossed by the 50, and then they go short. They see victory a little bit, and then bang, price spikes up and takes out all the stops for the guys that went short. All right, this is the problem when you're trading news. And the thing is, this news was expected. Right, this is why Bitcoin was just holding the zone. All right, they were holding the zone, and then this news came out and spiked price. Got to be careful. Now, what are we waiting for with Bitcoin? So let's go back to the 1 hour time frame. This is what we need to understand. Now, Bitcoin has come back down, okay, and it's still forming level 2. All right, look, this is level 1. Just look at where price is. Let's base it off the candlestick. Look, it's still in level 1. The level 1 is still valid. They've just recovered the green vector candles. Level 1 is still valid. Even if price does continue lower and takes out this projection zone right here, or this vector candle, it still is a valid move to the upside. It's just a reset of this level here. All right? Or should I say it is a long consolidation of level 2. A very deep consolidation, which we will naturally be waiting for a pattern to form instead. Okay? If it breaks below this area here, the cycle to the upside is reset. So we will be waiting for another pattern to form. However, from the peak, from down here, the formation is still in play. We're just waiting for another rise, level 1. That's all we're waiting for. All right, because you can even drop from this high. You can go all the way down to this point right here. You can even come and test the 30K, 30,962, and it will still be a valid pattern because it hasn't broken below the peak formation. If it breaks below this point here, it's an invalid pattern. So what I'm saying to you is this cycle to the upside is still in play. This is a level 2 consolidation. It will stay. It's still a valid level 2 consolidation. Only if it comes back down to here is when it resets. Okay? But by the time it comes back down to this point here and tests the psychological low, we would be seeing a pattern being developed. All right? So if the 200 EMA is holding precedence, we should see Bitcoin now move up. Let me just move this right here. Let me get rid of Well, there was a little pattern that we were waiting for it to play out, and it kind of did as well. There it is. Drop, retrace, continuation. Let me clear that up for you. Okay. Move. Come on. Here we go. All right then, cool. So, we're waiting for a pattern to form now. Price has come back down to recover this vector. If it shows weakness and continues below the 200 EMA, this will be our next projection point right here, which will sit at the psychological high. Ideally, I don't want Bitcoin to do that. I want to know if this 200 EMA is going to hold. So Thursday may see the accumulation of this pattern be revealed, and then we may make a move on Friday, unless there is anything that's going to come out about Bitcoin that could actually send it lower. But we do have vector candles that are coming into play that we do need to see a retrace of. Or they may just come ever so slightly below and tap this zone and then start a pattern. We will only know once the 200 EMA has been broken. All right. Just reading your comments. The death cross. The death cross is a retail trader's understanding of when a moving average crosses over. All right. You can't really rely on the crossover. I mean, you can on a higher time frame, but not on anything like on the 1 hour or, I mean, this is my opinion from the amount of times that I've seen them happen and made an entry based on that crossover, and then I get stopped out. Yeah. You can understand that market makers are watching. Market makers know what the retail trader strategy is, right? You can buy the books on Amazon. Yeah. Fibonacci, for example. Everyone knows that price is going to retrace at some point to the 61.8. Market maker knows he can send liquidity and price down to that point. He can get his orders filled at the 61.8 zone. But people get greedy. People like to hold it. People want to see if it can retrace even further, even the 100% of the move. All right? I don't like using Fibonacci's. People do make a killing off them, but it's showing your hand. People play stops at 61.8. Why does price come back to that point, tap it, and then reverse away from it? They know where the liquidity's at. Yeah? I will always be, guys, let me explain something to you, okay? I have come from, this is for the new people here. I've come from Forex. I've been in the game of Forex for nearly 12 years, all right? It was only in January the 21st this year that I stepped into cryptocurrency because I wanted to see if I could apply what I know in Forex. Could I apply it, and is it applicable to trading in crypto? And we are where we are right now, right? It seems like people can exploit cryptocurrency based off the understandings of the patterns and the strategies that we're talking about in Forex. I mean, here's an example. I've showed this to the patrons. You guys are familiar that I'm always going to be in positions with dollar yen. Dollar yen has been very good to me. But this is my dollar yen trade. Where's she at? So I've got about 80 in this position now. I've got about 80 trades. And we managed to grab this move to the upside because we were still waiting for a level 1 break to the upside. So we did sit through some news. All right. But looking at the candlesticks, trying to understand the market maker's intention, we did wait for the projection. I was projecting 110.392 for a little while now. You guys, if you watch the previous streams, you'll know that I've been projecting this 110.392, and I've been waiting for at least this area to be taken. The 3 times ADR from last night's stream, please go and watch it. All right. We were having a conversation about that from last night. All right. But the methodology that I applied to this play for dollar yen is exactly the same thing that we apply in cryptocurrency, guys. All right. Very, very important. It's using this platform and using this strategy in Forex is where it's at its best. But guys, now it's coming into crypto and it's doing really well in crypto. Trust me, this strategy works, man. It absolutely rips things apart. because you're understanding market makers' intention. You're understanding the way that they move price and what cycle they could be in. They always will respect the cycle because they're building their position and their intentions previously. Look, W formation comes into play. All right. You've got stopping volume down here. You've got red candle, green candle formation rising out. They're holding the zone. Stopping volume again, rise up. Presence of volume again. They build their positions here. Trap retail traders getting the vector retrace back down here. Stopping volume in this zone. Bang. Recovery of the red candle. Up it goes. It needs to come up into this zone because if you zoom out, you will see a lot of vector candles that are getting recovered over here. There you go. There's your vector retracement. That's where I got the 110.392. We have recovered all of this red candle here. And we are now at 110.664. So we've recovered that vector candle right there. And we are now waiting for this projection zone right here. But then, if you go even further, it's going to take me a little while to do that. But there are some more zones for Dollar Yen to recover. Look at that. Look at where she is now. And look at what she's recovered. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Drop on the daily. Wow. Let me just fix that. Yeah, let me just fix this for you guys so it's easy for you to see. Forgive me. Okay. All right, sorry. All right, so there, look. That's the daddy right there. Look at that for liquidity right there. We've got all these zones to recover. Look at that right there. That's 112. We have got... And look where we are right now. So in the longer term, I'm anticipating Dollar Yen to come up into that point. So with this position here, I'll just keep on adding to it as it's going up. 3 times ADR, it will retrace and then continue back up. So that's what I'm waiting for. All right then. So let's have a conversation about Ethereum. Now Ethereum, she's come back down and recovered these projection zones. So that's been okay. I don't like it when they drop in price, but they're vector candles. And we've been saying all this week that there will be a chance that they come back to these zones because price is trading close towards it. Yeah. Here's an example of the death cross and the golden cross. If you were to base your entries on the 50 EMA crossing over the 200 EMA here on the golden cross, you would not have really experienced much movement to the upside. All right. That's the problem with this golden cross thing. It's because sometimes it isn't always going to go in your favor. They call it the golden cross because what? Is it going to guarantee that it's going to go higher? No. All right. Got to be careful with those moving averages, man. They work on the lower time frames. When I say lower, I'm talking about the 5-minute time frame, because when price crosses over, when the 50 crosses over the 200 on the smaller time frame, all right, there's a lot of candles that need to be moving to encourage that. So granted, you're going to get a bit of momentum behind that. All right. Music is too loud. Let me cut that down. How's that for you now? So Ethereum. Let's have a conversation about Ethereum. RSI outside the volatility band. Now it's back inside. That's good news for us. Notable volume coming in at the lows. Look at how they came back down into this point right here. All right. And they I can't believe it, man. She tapped that point. I can't believe she hit that projection. That is crazy. This morning we were talking that she may hit this point, and this point, and she did just that. But look at the notable volume in and around the psychological high. All right. Why does it get busy in that zone? Yeah. Very important. On the moosh. I'm just reading your comments, man. Okay. Matt C. Yo, Matt C. How you doing, bro? Yeah. Music's all good. I'll just turn it up an infinitesimal amount just so you can hear. There we go. What do I think about gold? I think gold has been performing lovely. She's hit the projections. Oh my days. Are you serious? Jesus, man. Gold has hit the bloody projection. Look at that. She's took that out and she's now working this zone. Oh my God. Please go and watch the last couple of streams, guys. We've been waiting for this to happen. That is crazy. She hit it already. Of course she was going to hit it. Look what dollar yen did. What am I talking about? Of course she's going to do that. Risk is back on, guys. Yeah? When gold drops so much, it means that investors now are turning to risk on assets. So that's why you've got dollar yen rising so much. All right? Everyone's got an appetite now for going back into the market. I cannot believe that. Beautiful play. You can use gold and dollar yen as a correlation. All right? Just be careful, though, because sometimes they move dollar first before they move gold, or vice versa. All right? The disparity between the two is positive, but time delay. That's what's important. So, Ethereum. Ethereum looks like now, I mean, look. The bigger picture of Ethereum is this. We've got a massive W formation forming on Ethereum. Let me get rid of this. Tidy that up. Tidy. The reason why I leave this stuff on is because people like to make reference to it. All right. So please bear with me. I'm going to get rid of these old lines here. So yeah. There's a bigger W formation happening right now. Or you could actually say that it's an inverted head and shoulders. All right. Take a look. First leg, second, third. Those are our points. All right. That is the Asian. Sorry. That is the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Variation on the theme, variation on the W pattern. All right. So, although this is a bigger pattern, you could have taken this small W formation, rise level 1, rise level 2. And now there is a complete reset of this cycle, but price is still within this small peak formation, and it's still within the bigger W pattern. So they could be projecting for Ethereum to now make a move back up to the upside as long as she holds in this zone. All right. If Ethereum breaks below this point down here, which is the 2252, then we are in a complete reset and we're going to be waiting for a new pattern to form. But right now, this is all we've got. Don't get yourselves all messed up trying to worry if whether or not Ethereum's going to do that. All right? There'll be too many things that are going to happen beforehand before she actually comes to this point here. And you'll be able to trade that. If she breaks below the psychological low, granted, she's going to be coming down to this point to test this zone. But you don't need to worry if Ethereum's going to go to 1500. It's irrelevant. You don't need to care if Bitcoin's going to go to 31K. It's irrelevant. Where are we right now? We're at 38 now. Okay? What information do we have? Price is above the 200 EMA, vector candles to the downside, big green vector right there. Price is below the 50 EMA, still in the first level 2 consolidation. All right? That's all we've got. Trading below the 40K mark, building their longs below key notable areas in order to close them at a higher point later on. All right? There are many things that you can translate with price at that current time. Some people will say there's an M formation right there. Drop level 1, rise. Drop level 2, rise. Drop level 3, peak formation in and around this zone. We could have a peak formation right here. But this is what I'm saying about projecting. Right now, I'm projecting that this could play out into a W formation. All right? It might take a little while. Excuse me. Oh, God. Whew. Hay fever, man. It's a pain in the ass, man. Right. This pull back to the downside right here. All right? It's only going to be holding if it stays above the 200 EMA. We're going into Thursday tomorrow, so we may see a continuation from this level 2 move to the downside, and it may just base in and around this zone. All right? We have to wait and see. Now, if anyone's in like a long position and they're holding Bitcoin, all right, it doesn't really apply to you what Bitcoin does at this point in time. Ideally, what we're looking for is Bitcoin needs to break this 40K mark. The notable volume appearing below the 40K point, all right, needs to be taken out again. We will come back to these points again, guys. These vector candles will be seen. At what point will they be seen? When will they be seen? We don't know, but we know it's a matter of time before they do. The only way we can determine if they do want to come back to this point here is what it does in this zone right here. Right now, Bitcoin is holding the M1 pivot zone. So by that token, we understand that the M1 zone will be coming back towards the M3 zone. All right, so we can project it's going to get to that point. Thank you very much, Charles, man. Thank you very much, my friend. Mad love to you, bro. So, sorry. Yeah, so we understand that Bitcoin M1 implies M3. All right, M2 support implies M4, which sits at the 40K mark. And then M3 implies M5. Until Bitcoin breaks out of 40K, 50 EMA, 40K, and the 800 EMA, there's nothing for us to consider yet. We need to wait for the pattern to play out. If you're a scalper or you day trade and you want to try and grab smaller moves, the hour time frame is the daily time frame for you. You want to start looking at the smaller time zones, all right? Then you need to be prepared to get in and get out as quick as you can. What are they doing? They're working the lows. Spike, 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 spike. From my understanding, based on the RSI, price is rising outside the volatility band. As it was dropping lower, it was closing higher. There's your divergence. What? 1, 2, 3 hits of divergence right there. All right, so now we are favoring a move back towards the upside. Unless something crazy comes out about Bitcoin, which just completely derails it and sends it back down below into this point here. Now we've got the 800 EMA down here, which is the 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. All right. Let's see if Bitcoin holds this zone. I'm projecting that she will come back up, break the 50 and come towards the 200 EMA and try and make a recovery back towards this red vector candle right here. So I am looking at this point right here. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you education on understanding how projections work. All right. But ideally, Bitcoin should be returning back to that point to fulfill the longs that they've been building at this point here. All right. XRP back into the psychological high, psychological low zone. All right. It's funny, that is. Very funny. But she too is forming an inverted head and shoulders. 1, 2, and 3. Pay attention to the green vectors that appear at the lows, guys. 1, 2, 3. This is what you need to be paying attention to. Yeah? So important. Look at the confluence of support in the psychological high and low range. Big green vector candle right there on the hourly. Big red vector candles right here. It only means that she's going to come back up and test this 50 EMA right there. All right? So you've got to understand one thing about this strategy, guys. All right? As short-term day traders, our goal is to see if we can profit from price coming back up to the 50, for example, from this point here. We add up the confluences in our favor. Price is now trying to trade above the psychological high. All right? Big green vector candle right here. They've worked the lows. Now they're bringing price back up. M1 appears to be support. All right? Price is now progressively trying to come back up. It should recover this red vector candle towards the 50 EMA. There's nothing stopping you from actually making an assumption that if you were to make an entry here and wait for it to come up to here, happy days. You would have made at least some decent amount of money. And when it comes up to your 50 EMA, close your profit. All right? Or if you're conservative, wait for the retrace of the candle 50% and close your profit then. That's up to you. All right? That's a hypothetical scenario of understanding the importance of trading on a shorter time frame. Just because price is now showing support here doesn't mean XRP is going to continue going up to, 90 cents. No. This is a short-term day trading strategy. The idea is to capitalize on quick moves to key zones, which is why we can maintain at least a minimum of 80 to 85% win rate. All right? I think it's fascinating that people that apply this come into the streams and they say, yo, T, I made 10 trades today and I was profitable on all 10. Well, you keep doing that. All right? Look at the casino's edge. All right? The casino's edge is not that much. But what's in the casino's favor? Sample size. Over a larger sample size, the more people gamble, the more the house is going to win in the end. The same principle applies to this strategy. All right? The more sample size you expose yourself to, the sooner you're going to be realizing returns on your account. Yeah? That's the basis of it. Now, there's no best trade right now. This is a hypothetical example of how to understand the importance of establishing your trading approach. For all we know, this zone right now might not hold. All right. But if we were to make entries based on this point right here, where would we be thinking price is going to go to? Well, we understand that the red vector candle needs to be recovered at some point. So looking at what we see right here, I mean, if you look closely, you can see a stopping volume candle here. But we need to wait and see if this candle actually does break above at least this point here before we can grant that it's going to come into this point right here. All right. Remember that. It's showing support at this point right now. And that's the thing, guys. You pay to play. If you have a projection of price going somewhere based on what you understand of this strategy, the responsibility is on you. Yeah? Because if you're having to come to a stream to wait for an entry, you shouldn't be trading. Get away from the game. Market is now just open. 8 a.m. pre-market orders have just stepped in. All right? We are now going to know what their intention is. Okay, so I wouldn't place any trades right now. That's not what I do. I don't trade the Asian session. There's only 2 points in the chart that I trade. All right? And that is the London Brinks right here, which is 8 a.m. in the morning. Forget what time it is on the bottom of this broker right here. This is at 8 a.m. GMT London. And then I trade the New York Brinks box. All right? This time zone right here, from this point here to this point here, are the most liquid times in the market. That is when I trade. As a scalper, as a day trader, that is when I'm opening entries. All right? Anything else, not interested. All right? Not interested. For me, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin right now is looking to move higher. It's going to look to recover this red vector candle. We've got the 50 EMA, which is in sight, which can act as resistance. But that's the 50 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. We need to look at it on the hourly. All right? The hourly is the 13 EMA. Now, the 13 EMA has crossed over on the 1 hour time frame. So, really, we need to see price coming back up. All right? Now, how many of you in this stream right now understand why the price needs to recover this red vector candle? I need to know what my audience is like. Now, I hold a few coins. Yeah, 4.5% edge in blackjack. What is that? They keep it at that because they think that you're not going to pay attention to the fact that their edge is so small, but we're forgetting that they have a massive sample size. How many hands does a dealer in a casino actually play out? Yeah, it's 24 hours a day, bruv. How many times are they going to be dealing hands? So how many? Okay. You don't know? All right, cool. All right, then. Sorry, I forgot the question that I asked. How many of you understand why one? Okay, then. The new guys. Maybe I need to aim this at the new guys. Do you understand why that red vector candle needs to be recovered? Sorry. Nice one, MSR. Some vector candles don't always get recovered. Right? Okay, I moved to IC markets, can't handle fees. Yeah, listen, for anybody that's just moved over to IC markets, right? You can download IC markets and this platform in front of you and get the indicators that we use. It is all free of charge. You know, go into the link in the description and it says download MT4. Then when you're done there, go into the Discord, which is also in the description, and download the indicators from there. And there is a playlist in the channel which will tell you how to install it and help you navigate in and around MT4. All right. But the benefit now of trading on IC markets is there's no fees to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP. You just have a very small spread. A few streams ago, the spread was too much. But then all of a sudden, IC markets and various other brokers are now starting to get wind of the amount of money that Binance is making, Bybit, Femex, and all the other crypto exchanges. They make their money on limit orders, market orders. In this game, there isn't anything like that. Okay, you can simply open an order right now on Bitcoin. Here's an example. Let me just keep it there. I can open an order right now, and it won't cost me a penny. Doesn't cost me anything other than the spread. All right, the spread is there, and as long as price continues up in my favor, then I've covered my spread. Happy days. All right, it doesn't cost me anything. Okay, now with IC markets, it's great for Forex because you literally have minimal spread. Minimal. It's like dollar yen is 0.1. All right, that is so small. There's nothing there. So that's the only benefit of trading on this platform. Now, what I was trying to get at is this. Back to these vector candles right here. Okay. Hold on. And I need to do that video. Yeah, it is a video that I need to do. Because it's not just a simple how to change over the broker and what have you. It's not as simple as that. Can you explain stopping volume candles and the purple and blue ones? Okay, cool. Whenever you see a green vector candle, it means volume is above average. Okay? When you see a red vector, it means volume is also above average. When you see a purple vector candle, ones like, where are they? Where are we going to see a purple vector candle? Can't believe we can't see one. We'll see one on the smaller time frames. Actually, here we go. I'll show you now on dollar yen. Dollar yen will make it easy for me. Here you go. Right, look at this. When you see this candle right here, it means volume is starting to rise. All right? When you see this candle blue, it means volume is also starting to rise to the upside. All right? So you can see right there. Okay? Now, this volume is not the volume that you think. All right? This volume is based on tick volume. So how many times price changes hands? All right? How many times in the values from 110 to 55, how many times does it change hands? All right? Now you can see that it's changed several thousand million times in this zone. All right? Which is why it's formed a green candle. Now someone asked a really important question, which I'm going to be going over soon, about contracts for difference. Okay, because that's what you're trading on this platform, contracts for difference, especially with Bitcoin. And what you need to understand is you don't own anything on this platform. You're using hard fiat, right? And you're going into using hard fiat currency and trading the value of what people deem dollar yen to be right now. So contracts for difference is effectively you are using a certain amount of contracts to represent the value of dollar yen at this point in time, and you effectively profit from the difference from your entry to the exit. All right? You're exchanging liquidity, your money, to someone else's, and that someone else is the market maker, right? You can only close your position in profit if there is a contract on the opposite side of your contract there providing liquidity. So for example, when price is rising, all right, and you're in a long, so right now, if I want to close all my positions here, all right, the contracts that my positions have been matched with, right, I'm going to be taking that liquidity to pay myself. And the person that pays me is the broker, the dealer, all right, because I've matched that order. They matched that order for me with a position against me, all right, which is why brokers start charging commissions and swaps in Forex, right? Because they have to hedge against these sort of situations. Remember, they don't really anticipate people to make money on their platform, guys. All right? That's why 95% of traders lose. All right? It's pretty much a win-win situation for them. But they can't outrule that there may be people that are able to earn off this platform and trading as a whole. So they have to minimize their exposure to a certain degree, which is why they bring in swaps and commissions. Now, the question that I just saw someone say. Yeah, I believe futures are the same on Binance. Okay, I believe things are the same on Binance. I know some things you can pretty much trade the same way on this platform as well. But everyone each to their own. For me, the reason why I didn't really like Binance as such is because as a scalper, I haven't got time to be setting limit orders. For me, it doesn't work for me. I need to be in and out. I like that luxury of being able to open a trade and close it straight away. I know my expenses. I haven't got no funding period or anything like that. That's my preference, guys. All right. Doesn't mean that you have to do anything. All right. That's how it is for me, based on how I've been using this platform for nearly 12 years, guys. All right. So call me old school, man, but it works. So, why does the red vector candle have to be recovered, or the green candle? It always ends up getting recovered. When is what we are trying to establish. We know that these green vectors are going to get recovered. People that have been coming in this stream know and understand that, yes, when price was rising like this, they always had in their mind that at some point this candle's going to get recovered. Usually they recover 50% of it whilst it's doing this big move to the upside, all right? But we know at some point later on they're going to come back and recover it. Yeah? That's what's important. The reason why price comes back to these candles is because the market makers are building their positions. All right? Here's the great question, guys. How many of you believe that when price rises, it's because buyers are in control? Now, this is the fundamental thinking of the strategy. You need to understand this, because if you don't understand it and it's a surprise to you, you know, you're gonna get caught out quite a few times. Right? This is the way. Valid. Yeah. 50 EMA catch up. I agree with you. So yeah, how many of you believe that when price is rising, it means that the buyers are in control? Because people like to challenge this. Type 1 if you think that. Right? Facts, Rackham. Correct. Listen, the guys who have already been in this stream, this is for the new people in the stream. All right? I know you guys know. I'll have a look at that. No credits left. If we haven't got any new people in the stream, that's all good. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Jump story time. You know it's coming, man. Okay. Anyways, in control. Oh, you know what? I ain't ever. Steve's in control. You know, I ain't ever gonna ask that question again. Because by the time people look to put their answer, they're just probably gonna copy and paste what people are saying. 999. Steve's in control. All right. I ain't ever gonna ask that question again. Zen, listen, if you go back in the previous streams, you'll be surprised at how many times price comes and recovers the vector candle to the T. And it's unbelievable. Ah, that's why. That is why. Okay, then that makes sense. It's just limited to subscribers. Okay, fair enough. No problem. Well, let me explain something. Market makers do one or two things. They don't buy at highs, they buy at lows, right? And they don't sell at lows, they sell at highs, right? Now, when they say buy low, sell high, what they're really saying is when price is dropping, you buy. And when price is rising, you sell. When you're selling, you're going short. So these big vector candles right here, the reason why we understand that price will come back to this point later on is because market makers are building shorts whilst price is rising, because they want to get their shorts filled at the highest possible point. And the only way that they can encourage the liquidity to come in is they trigger the moon boy to get excited about Bitcoin. For every time someone wants to buy something, someone has to be on the other end to sell it to you. You can't buy nothing. You can't walk into a shop that's empty and say, I'd like to buy everything. The guy's going to look at you and say, I don't even know why I'm here. I've got nothing to sell. So you're going to be there with your cash trying to buy nothing. You can't get an order. That's why the market maker's title is market maker. He makes the market. The reason why he gets his shorts in as price is rising, because he is going against your order. But you can only have your order if he gives you the liquidity that is against your order. Why? Because when you want to close your long at a high point, where do you think you're going to get your liquidity from? From the contract that's against you. Likewise, when your position that you're favoring to go higher in, if your long is in the red, what do? You sell it. You trigger the sell order for the market maker, which he buys back. He uses your liquidity, which is at a loss, to cover the difference on the contract that he bought from you. Yeah? When you understand that concept, you will never look at a candlestick again, or you'll always be second guessing when price is rising. Here's a fine example of it. Why do you think this big spike to the upside sent price back down? What, you thought the moon boy thought, right guys, we can't keep price going up. There's, we have to take a break. Or one of my favorites, right? Supply and demand. Supply and demand in this area. Oh, it hits supply. There's no demand there. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Let me tell you about supply and demand for anybody that's new. And for all my existing veteran traders, pattern watchers, you're going to hear the story again because I need to install it in your mind. Because when you're looking at these big green vector candles, you're human. You're going to get excited. You're going to think, can I capitalize on this move to the upside? All right. The jumper story. A gentleman owns a shop. He sells jumpers. Now he sells 3 particular jumpers. He's got green jumpers, red and blue. And he's got 5 of each. Now this shop is quite specialist in his approach to how he sells. He just sells these 5 jumpers because the nature of this guy's shop is to solidify the reason why in retail that is true supply and demand, but in the markets there's no such thing. It's an illusion. They use it against you. If the concept of supply and demand is true in the markets, if people are buying right now, why all of a sudden would they take a break? You're saying to me the moon boy likes to hold his longs and bring price back down because he wants to be conservative? No. He will keep price rising and rising. Look at GME and look at AMC. Yeah, that is classic moon boy behavior. The reason why price stalls, well, actually, before I go into it, let me tell you the story. So this guy with this shop and these 3 jumpers, he sells 5 items each, right? He opens his shop, okay? People come in and buy the jumpers. At the end of the trading day, he can see that he sold 4 green jumpers, 2 red jumpers, and 1 blue jumper. So the law of supply and demand says that he needs to stock up on more green jumpers because there is a demand for it and he hasn't got a supply. That's true supply and demand. But when you come to the chart, guys, the reason why price goes up is because the market maker is trapping the retail trader to believe that it's going to continue up. But if the market maker doesn't change direction, he will then be obliged to keep price rising because of how many overwhelming orders that are stepping into the marketplace. Remember, he's the market maker. He has an obligation to keep the exchange of price moving. So what he does is he triggers the guys to go long, and then he forces price to go lower by taking people's stops, which is the liquidity that he uses to close his shorts on the way down. All right? It doesn't stop because there is no demand. There is always a demand. When you look at these like pin bars right here, it's not a rejection. It's tapping liquidity in this area and bringing price back up. People went short on this candle. Someone went short right there and price came straight back. The only reason it came straight back is because market makers were building longs at lower prices. Okay, they were recovering their shorts, using the liquidity for the guy who went short to send it lower, building longs at the same time, recovering the liquidity of shorts here, hitting the stops, bringing it back up. Yeah? That's pretty much the market maker's story 101. That is where it's at. You understand that concept in this game, there is 85% of your edge. The remaining amount is pretty much psychology and your entry. You need to understand how it really works, guys. There's a reason why 95% of people lose in this game, because everyone is doing the wrong thing. They're reading these candles wrong. Everyone sees a red candle to the downside. They think the sellers are in control. They can only sell if someone's buying off them. Remember that. Why does it, when it's selling off, why does it stop? If it's selling, why is it not continuously dropping? What, is because there's no one there to buy? No. The only way that you can buy Or should I say the only way that you can sell a short is if there is a buy contract on the opposite side. Yeah? Creator Andy, sorry. If it sounds like I'm shouting, please forgive me. It's my passion to this game. All right? These little moments that happen in the streams is when someone actually might get that click and then they realize it and then they end up going ripping the game apart. Yeah? You're going to go get some jumpers right now. Shit, man. What should I put 1K in now? David, keep it in your pocket, my friend. If you're having to come in and ask on a stream where to put $1,000, you shouldn't be putting it anywhere, bro, other than your pocket. All right? Guys, listen. This game is not to be taken for granted. You will get squashed. You will be completely annihilated. All right? This is a business model. It's the market maker's business model. They have allowed us to come into their playground. Doesn't mean that we're going to play ball. Yeah? You have to understand how their business model works. Don't come to this game with an indicator that you brought somewhere thinking that it's going to completely destroy it. All right? Come back to me in 10 years' time and tell me if that indicator is still valid. All right? Because there have been many indicators that have come out that have given the premise that this is the holy grail and people are still looking for it. Nah, Assad, listen, let me tell you something. The market maker will welcome me to do this. You know why? Because I'm bringing liquidity to the marketplace. Except we're the liquidity that rides with the market maker. There ain't no retail trader mindsets in this stream, man. I'll tell you that now. People understand something. We understand their business model. Are we right 100% of the time? Hell no. But I'm happy with an 85% win rate. That is pretty cool for me. That's pretty cool. And a lot of people have been stacking cake purely by understanding the concepts discussed in this stream. I ain't even giving anyone an entry. I'm just telling you, I'm an artist, guys. You know, all these lines you see on the chart, it's just me. You know, I want to be Picasso when I'm older. I like drawing lines. It just so happens that they're green and they're red and they usually match up. That's what this stream's about. It's just helping you understand candlesticks. That's all it is. You know? Okay, Bitcoin's doing something. Let me just have a look at something. Hold on. What are you doing, Bitcoin? Okay. 5 minute. I need to see what's going on there. Right. Okay, so the daily open's going to get tested again. That tells me there's a vector candle there on the 1 minute time frame. Let me see. There she is. Vector candle right there. They'll recover that vector candle. Come back down to test the daily open. Price will then look to form a base support in and around this zone. Diamond pattern on the 5 minute. What is a diamond pattern? What is a diamond pattern? Do you mean like, is that a diamond pattern? What is it? I don't know, man. Like, you know, these Toblerones, these pennants, wedges and what have you. Yeah, they're okay, but it's W's and M's for me, man. W's and M's. That is the psychological patterns right there. You got a little M4. You got an inverted head and shoulders up here. Not inverted, but a little mini head and shoulders up here. Vector candle 1. Green vector. Red vector down here 2. Price will come back down to look to test the daily open and then form a bounce at that point right there. It's getting really busy right now. Where are we? Sydney's going to open fully in half an hour's time. May even actually look to try and recover this red vector candle, but they're not done yet. I don't think they're done yet on the 1 minute time frame. Bearish at the moment. What does bearish mean? does bearish mean price is going down? Because we understand that when price is bearish, it means the market makers are buying. Yeah? Do you understand my concept right here? Yeah? This thing about bearish and bullish, it's all emotional triggers. If you are sat at a table with your friends, all right, you're all drinking coffee, all right? One of you pulls out your phone and says, "Oh my God, you know, Bitcoin's looking bullish, man. Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin. It's rising, it's rising." What do you all do? You're gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, I want to get a piece of that cake." So you all open your phone, you start placing buy orders, right? Bitcoin keeps on rising. You're like, "Yeah, man, we're king for the day." And guess what? An hour later, price is dropping. Why? What happened to the excitement? It was bullish a moment ago. Why is it bearish now? Yeah? This is how you get trapped. When price is rising, it's because the sellers are in control. They're just prompting you. They're using your mindset, your irrational, and your idea of fear of missing out. They're using that so you can provide liquidity for their order. Yeah? So you're in a euphoric state when price is rising. But guys, when we're seeing price rising, we're getting ready to go short, man. Because we understand something. Damien, my advice to you is to really read your question back to yourself. Read your question back to yourself. The words "can't afford to close." I mean, you can always afford to close, right? Don't get pushed to close because you have no choice. You know, you've got a choice to close now, but don't put yourself in a position where nothing else can happen but it closes for itself. Because if that happens, you haven't got control. You still have control. All right? The pivot points themselves are based on the standard support and resistance points in the chart. All right, so M1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is based on the midpoints of this resistance 1, 2, 3, and support 1, 2, and 3. That's what it is. All right, here's that recovery of that vector candle down there. This is the example of a vector candle recovery. All right, it's working on coming back down to that point. There she goes. Come on, Bitcoin. You've bicked away from the 200 and the 50. Now, look, here we go. Here's an example. Watch the 50 cross over the 200. All right? Watch it cross over. RSI coming down, pointing downwards. It was out inside the volatility band, slightly outside, but still within. All right? So it does tell me that this move is a little bit weak to the downside. But just pay attention to the 50 and the 200 EMA. In a short moment, we should see price, the 50, cross over the 200, come back down to the vector candle and form a base at that point. Because right now it's pulling away from the 50. Scalping is what I do, guys. All right? I use the 1 hour time frame the way a swing trader would use the daily. Right? That is my ultimate highest time frame. All right? 15-minute is effectively going to give me the patterns. And the 1 minute and the 5 minute is going to be giving me my entries. And I also trade W's and M's off the 1 minute time frame. It's a crazy world to be looking in, but hey, you'll get it. Okay, EMA is exponential. It factors in every movement in price, whereas a moving average is more simple. It's smoother, so it takes a little while. It's slower, actually. It's a vector candle because I've been corrected on this, all right? It just means power, pressure, you know, a force to reckon with, all right? It's just another way of saying it's an important candle, all right? Alan, it's not if it will or not. It's a matter of when. That's the thing. Yeah? That's all it is. Correct. This movement from the right side of Bitcoin, if it plays out and holds this zone on the higher time frames, it would effectively be the right shoulder. Okay? On the bigger time frame. Yeah, if you zoom out. Like Ethereum. Right here. Okay. There you go, vector. I thought I got corrected and said it wasn't an engineering term. Engineers use it, but in physics it means direction and magnitude. So there you go. Listen, I know there's loads of other ways of looking at charts, the Bitcoin down and Bitcoin up charts, the Bitcoin shorts, you know, adding correlation to correlation, you know, there's nothing wrong in doing that. All right. For me, guys, I've been staring at these candlesticks for a long time. I come away from all the noise and just focus on the candlesticks. No different to the dollar-yen trade, man. Understanding the cycle, right? And literally putting down the house at this area right here because we understand the cycle, right? It's just understanding what they're doing. Dollar yen has been dropping for quite some time. They needed to bring price back up. They need to come back to certain zones, and they're doing that right now. They use the news to do that. Okay? That's the best way I can take it. And see, the thing is, guys, I may make the mistake of being so naive into thinking that when I start streaming and talking about it, I think that you guys are automatically going to get it. That's one thing that I apologize for. All right? But the people that are going to struggle are the ones who have been studying trading for a little while and they can't fathom the understanding of when price is rising, it means the sellers are in control. This strategy does challenge conventional wisdom. But I've had traders that have been trading a long time come to me and even say to me, yo, I've never seen it like this, and you've just literally stepped my trading A game completely to the moon. Like, you've absolutely raised the bar for me. And, you know, they're really grateful. And I never expected that. In the past, you know, you challenge the Fibonacci's, people bite your head off. Well, Fibonacci's only just tell the market makers where there's liquidity. Do you want to be that person that gets stopped out? Nah. I don't use stop losses. Why? Because I'm revealing my hand. I'm showing the broker where my money's at. And I don't want him to try and tap that zone. Yeah? Isn't it ironic how many people's liquidation points always get hit at certain points in the chart? Yeah? And it's messed up how a liquidation point is pretty much a stop loss. It tells them where your money is dead. Which is why when you're trading with leverage in Binance or Bybit, you make sure that your liquidation point is at it is in a wild zone. Yeah? If you've got a trade on Bitcoin at 38 right now, you want your liquidation point to be at least $500. That is when you know you can go to bed at night and sleep well. That's the thing. If you want to understand how to really benefit and understand leverage, if you can place a trade with leverage and go to bed and sleep well, you've got, you know, you're using a decent size leverage. All right. That's what it is. Why did you go long when the green candle appeared on dollar yen? Okay, let me explain something to you. So, on this green candle right here, I added more positions because momentum was coming in. All right? But understanding also, if you zoom out, I was taking advantage of previous liquidity pools over in the chart. So if I look here, I'm taking liquidity points. See, that's the thing about these liquidity points. If price is trading towards it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get to it. All right? Regardless of whatever's happening. It's because the news is triggering this move to the upside. All right? So I capitalized. My initial target profit was the 110,392. But because of what was going on, I capitalized and added more to my positions. So I opened another, what? 4, 2, 5. Another 7, 8 positions right there. Because of how much strength was behind this move to the upside. It was huge. Okay. Now, because there was still what? Where was the candle? There was still a few moments left, at least about 20 more minutes before the hour was going to close. I anticipated that it would continue higher. Now, for me, I needed to make sure that this candle, or my entries, the candle close would be quite far away, all right, for me to hold the entry, okay? And that's what happened because of the momentum behind this move, yeah? Now, it's just, I'm adding positions here because this is a longer term play. So, yeah, I do buy into green vector candles, but normally I'll be waiting for the short. But because of what happened today with the information, it was favorable for dollar yen. You tend to have to capitalize and adapt your trading to what's going on, all right? This is where you start applying the advanced elements of the strategy when you are in sync with what's going on. I've been looking at dollar yen for a long time. I traded her for nearly 6 years straight. I didn't look at anything else but dollar yen. So when I see this response to news, I kind of know what dollar yen's going to be looking at doing. Yep, that's just 6 years staring at the same currency pair non-stop. I didn't look at anything else. It was just dollar yen for me. So when you cash out, do you just market sell your whole position? Yeah, pretty much. I've got a expert advisor that I literally just auto trading. I switch that on. Once I switch that on, it triggers an expert advisor to close every one of these positions. So there's about 100 positions right now. About 80, yeah, between 80 and 90 positions open. All right, each position's got about 86 pips profit. Okay, and I'm waiting for the moment. I really want to see the range weekly high. Okay, but I want to wait for the 3 times ADR to be achieved. So I'm expecting a bit of a retrace continuation back up to test this zone. And then once I'm happy with that, I'll just trigger the auto trading. And then all the positions will close automatically by themselves. So I don't have to sit there and press X all the time and close each position. All right. Yes, the Forex channel, guys, it is coming. The Forex channel is coming. I've got the artwork, so it's going to be happy days. I'm going to be doing that for you guys. I'll send out the links for you so you can actually join that. Make sure you join the projections channel as well, guys, because that's where a lot of the projections with Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP come into play. All right, and it will help you if you do go watch the previous videos on the projection channel, because you will understand, especially in the last week or so, right? If you start from Sunday night last week, okay, this is when I started streaming and we were talking about the development of this pattern and price coming back to the upside. Go and watch those videos in the June playlist, because you're going to understand why the vector candles were recovering over here. You're going to see it play out. You'll have the real-time data coming out into play, and you can cross-reference that and you can understand what to expect when you see a vector candle, when you see a W, or when you see an M, price coming above the 50 or above the 200, RSI coming back into the volatility band outside. You get the idea, guys. Yeah? Cool. So right now, I'm going to be finalizing the stream, okay? But I'm going to give you the levels. Bitcoin needs to stay above the 200 EMA, okay? She's going to try and come back towards the 50 EMA and then form the second leg of this mini W formation, all right? If Bitcoin does break down, it's going to look to come down towards this point right here, which will bring us to the 36,480 zone, which is effectively the previous vector candle right there, previous vector, and the psychological high. All right, so you've got to be, proceed with caution. If price breaks down below the 200, wait for it to break down with conviction, because they have a habit of spiking the 200, trigger the shorts, and then reverse back up. So just proceed with caution on that basis. As long as Bitcoin stays in and around this zone here, it's happy days for us. All right, same with Ethereum. No, I don't use a VPN on trading on this platform. Don't need to do it with that. With Ethereum, she's stuck inside the psychological zone right now. She's broken the psychological high and she's now trading, potentially testing this vector candle right here. All right, if I zoom in, you'll see it. She's now working towards coming into that vector candle. As long as Ethereum stays within this range, she might come out and test this psychological low and pin it and come back up. But as long as she stays within this range, this pattern is still valid. All right, or inverted head and shoulders is valid. It's still valid even if Ethereum comes all the way down here. All right. As long as she doesn't break below this zone, we are still good. So we're waiting for a pattern to develop. All right. So anybody that is new to the stream, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for giving it to me. All right. I've been chewing your ear off for the best part of an hour and, well, nearly an hour and 20 minutes. All right. But I'm going to go and chill out, take some more antihistamines, and probably go to sleep. All right. So how do you use leverage the right way, Samir? Look, the best way to use leverage is if you can open a position and go to bed at night and not worry about it, you've used enough leverage there. It's a good position. All right. Yeah. So listen, mad love and respect to all of you. Okay. I'll be speaking to you all tomorrow. All right. So thank you very much for passing through. Mad love to everyone. Sack trays, I'm gonna skip on that, man, because I'm just too spaced out. I've got too much. I need to take some more antihistamine because this hay fever is gonna send me crazy tonight. But mad love and respect to all of you. Good night, everyone. PC, Rug Free Crows, Mike Hogan, Stevo, Paloco, Dollboy, mad respect to all of you. Hands up, where you been, bro? Where you been? Crips Bees, what's good, man? Jedi Leroy, Adam, all the members that are coming through. Philip, take care, guys. Mad love and respect to all of you. Stay safe. Peace.